にゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
あーやこれ好
によって。
きワクワク
Alright, time for a quick video. This is going to be a review of Red One, the most Christmas movie ever.
Let's save Christmas. Let's save Christmas.
Say that again?
The studios and production company might have saved a whole boatload of money if they didn't decide to make this from a Amazon Prime release into a full-blown theater release. I mean, have you seen the budget for this thing? $250 million.
That's quite big. Impressive. Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's probably more than that, because that doesn't even cover the, advertising costs. But still, $250 million is nothing to scoff at. That's literally $250 million. To put it into perspective, animated movies usually cost more to make than live-action ones. So, take Moana 2 for example, another movie starring The Rock and being produced by The Rock. Moana 2's budget is $150 million. That's literally $100 million less than the boring, lukewarm snore fest that is Red One. This movie was initially supposed to be an Amazon Prime exclusive, and to tell you the truth, it should have stayed that way, because now this movie is one of the biggest flops of 2024. So, what is Red One, besides another example of The Rock's inflated ego?
Why you booing me? I'm right.
It's a Christmas movie about Santa Claus being kidnapped. This movie flaunts a star-studded cast with The Rock, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, and Bonnie Hunt. But there's also some people you've probably seen before but have absolutely no clue who they are. Like Mary Elizabeth Ellis or Mark Evan Jackson, coincidentally three named actors. But this movie really banks on the fact that the big celebrity names are going to draw you in, but that only gets them so far. This movie's premise is so outlandish that it almost feels like it could have been a parody based on the type of action movies that come out today. And I think you know the ones I'm talking about. The ones with no style, and they kind of just, bank on the rule of cool. And it does work sometimes, in some cases, but sometimes it doesn't. It feels like every Marvel, DC, Fast and Furious type movie, but with none of the charm. But one of the biggest issues is the fact that the movie doesn't use that charm at all. It plays itself insanely straight, which does it no favors. I didn't come to see the serious James Bond of Christmas movies where they monologue about how the 15th Elf War started. Somehow, they don't realize how absurd the concepts in the movie are. I mean, Santa Claus is real. Krampus, the Dark Lord of Winter, is real. Gryla, an evil, gigantic ogress witch, who is also real. And the movie just alludes to the fact that other mythological people and creatures exist, like the Headless Horseman. And there's just this one worldwide agency, Mora, whose mission it is to hide all of these mythological things from the common people of the world.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Now please, tell me, what drugs were the writers on and where can I find them? This movie is full of ludicrous ideas and somehow the movie never gets in on the joke once, ever.
I can't be the only one who finds that funny.
And what I find to be even more strange, the movie actually has kind of fun concepts. Everything I just listed could have been really cool on screen. I don't think I've ever seen a Christmas movie with a mythological background like this one. Like, with Krampus, I was genuinely surprised at how much I liked him. His design, his voice, the castle he lived in, that stuff was really cool.
Hot diggity dog! This place is magnificent.
And we often don't see things like that in, normal basic Christmas movies. But the thing is, this movie is so soulless and corporatized that they didn't even use Krampus for much beyond this stupid game called Krampus Schlop. Yeah, the Dark Lord of Winter follows internet trends. You know, the one where guys like gather around in an arena and they smack each other until one of them gets a really bad concussion and probably won't be able to speak correctly for the rest of his life. I mean, that's not to say that I don't actually enjoy like the slapping competitions. I kind of actually do think they're cool, but I don't like the fact that, you know, this mythological being is following internet trends. It's one of the biggest issues with this movie. These characters are barely people. They aren't fleshed out in any way. They're pretty much flat characters. There's no well-rounded character at all in this movie. It's almost like they're placeholders for other characters that could very easily fit into this early 2000s plot. Like, for example, Chris Evans is every wise-cracking scoundrel guy ever. You know, and The Rock is, well, The Rock. Lucy Liu is the equivalent to like every head of any agency ever. Like, have you ever seen a police chief in a TV show or a movie? That's basically her. J.K. Simmons is barely in the movie, and when he is, he's pretty bland, but I mean, he's Santa Claus, so that's his thing, I guess. Krampus is a villain who's not really a villain, and he has, you know, the change of heart scene by the end of the movie because someone says, "Hey man, this isn't you." And Gryla? Yeah, she's just the villain, nothing special. You could replace her with any bad or evil character and the effect of the movie would still be the same. I'm trying to find something positive to say. I mean, the movie can be visually fun to look at in some places. Like I mentioned before, Krampus's domain is pretty well done, and I do like his sleigh. They kind of have like a very interesting, like a hot rod design, if you can describe it that way, I guess. But it's pretty cool. I like it. And you know, for a movie with kind of a excessive amount of bad CGI, there were a surprising amount of practical effects. And the movie had potential to be more than what it is, like I said, where there's just these caricatures of characters, you know, like them just having these placeholder names as action movie hero guy, wisecracking scoundrel guy. Like, for example, there's a side plot about Chris Evans and his kid, and he's a deadbeat, and he kind of doesn't want to interact with his kid because he thinks that his kid would be disappointed in him and stuff like that. Like, that was interesting stuff, and that's stuff that they could have expounded upon, but no, they didn't. They just kind of went, oh yeah, he saved his kid. What a good dad. And yeah, that pretty much ends that arc. Or for example, The Rock. The Rock has an arc where he is about to retire from working for Santa because he doesn't see the joy in Christmas anymore. Specifically, he doesn't see the joy in Christmas from adults because adults are so mean and bad, and the percentage of people on the naughty list has gone up so high. Okay, cool, whatever, sure, I guess. And the entire movie, he's supposed to see like this character that Chris Evans is playing. He's supposed to evolve, because he's originally a bad scoundrel guy who literally steals candy from a baby, and he's supposed to grow from that kind of guy to, man, he's a good father and he doesn't steal from people anymore. What a good guy. But the problem with that is that the villain of the movie has the same view as one of our heroes. Why was that not something that you used to make the struggle more interesting? There should have been something more to this movie. It's almost like somebody was working really hard in the writing room and then someone walked in, told them to get out, and then they got replaced by a monkey with a typewriter. You know what? I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. Just believe me, this movie is... I don't even know how to describe it. Is it great? Not at all. Is it good? Not really. Is it so insultingly bad that it makes you want to clean your eyes with Clorox cleanup? No, not really. It's just okay. And not okay in the way that, you know, you can sit and watch a movie and go, yeah, that was a pretty okay movie. Like, it's, oh, okay. I can definitely say I've seen far worse movies, but at the same time, can I recommend you this movie for $15, $16, $17? The answer is no. Not a chance. What I would tell you to do, my friend, is wait until it comes out on streaming. And even then, I would suggest that you watch something else, like, I don't know, The Santa Claus, the Charlie Brown Christmas special. Hell, I even heard that they were bringing back the Rudolph stop motion movie on NBC, and they'll probably put it on Peacock the next day. So, watch that. But Red One is not worth your money, and it definitely isn't worth your time. So, that concludes my yapping about a movie that literally no one cares about. And I mean literally no one. I was one of 5 people in the movie theater when I went to go see it. But, you know, tell me in the comments, were you planning to see this movie? Have you seen it? And if you have, why? Why did you go see this movie? Also, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Like from the last couple years, like your favorite modern one. Mine is probably Violent Night. That was a pretty good movie. It's like John Wick, but Santa Claus. Kind of cool. You should watch it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Now, you know what would really save this movie? You take the exact same cast of characters, except you replace The Rock with Sydney Sweeney. And you replace Chris Evans with Jenna Ortega. That's absolute cinema. I think that would help the movie immensely, personally, and in my personal opinion. You know, not for any particular reason. I mean, I think their names just happen to, you know, they would definitely draw me to the box office.